What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Friday's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. The stories that we're going to be talking about today include Liverpool's owners wanting to move Premier League games not just outside of the UK, but all around the world. We're also going to be talking about a couple of links coming towards Liverpool. And then the main story, of course, is about that crazy, ambitious move from Galatasaray around Mohamed Salah. That and a couple of other bits of information I'm going to bring to you guys over the next 8 to 10 minutes. As always, I will be live tonight at 8:30 as well with the late night agenda. I'm not going to bring the image up on screen, but just a reminder, the tickets for the Liverpool and Cardiff shows are moving really quick. We're down to about 25 tickets left in Liverpool. You can find the link for those tickets in the description of this video. And the good news is that it's an all ages event, so it doesn't matter what age you are, you can come along. Right, let's get stuck into it. I'm going to start off with, I suppose it's good news, but is the Athletic saying that Liverpool are prepared to spend big money on a player that they feel can have a significant impact on the first team. And this piece in the Athletic points towards Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker as examples of that willingness for Liverpool to spend. Now, look, it sounds great, but less talky, more spendy. Where's the money, John? You know the rest. And look, it's great seeing these things, but I want to see it come to fruition. I want Liverpool to show that they will go out there and bring in this star player for the position that we need filled, whether it's centre-back, defensive midfielder, or maybe it's an attacker. You know, those two players that they mentioned in that piece, you know, my mind immediately goes to the Felipe Coutinho money as the example of why we were able to spend about 150 million quid or so on those two players. So it's good news to start the day, but, you know, talk is cheap. Let's see what happens with action. Now, again, another link to Feyenoord's Geertruida to Liverpool, and the links don't seem to be going away. This outlet that are reporting this, if I'm not mistaken, were the same outlet that were one of the first ones in the Netherlands to speak about Arne Slot joining Liverpool. They say Liverpool are planning a move to sign Feyenoord defender Geertruida, who is valued at around £25 million. Look, he is a very versatile defender. We've mentioned this on numerous occasions. Could play right across the back line, right back, centre back. And if we hadn't got Joe Gomez around, maybe we'd have a need. But maybe it's just another option. Maybe Liverpool feel like a utility person is what we need to cover in case we have another centre-back crisis or something like that. As long as this isn't instead of a centre-back, I'd be okay with it, because we could do with some cover a full-back. I'm recording the video of the keep, sell, loan, buy options, which I'm going to be putting out tomorrow. And one of those is Kostas Tsimikas, who I would personally sell. So that's my talk about it anyway, but let's wait and see what happens with regards to this link. Now, here's the shock Mohamed Salah claim that really did just kind of make me pause today when I seen it. Reports in Turkey claim that Turkish giants Galatasaray are plotting a shock move for Liverpool's Mohamed Salah this summer. So not next summer when his contract ends, this summer. Most importantly, if that was the case, to me, Liverpool would get a transfer fee. Now, I don't know if Galatasaray can afford what Liverpool would ask, and of course, Mohamed Salah's wages. But I do know that I don't want him leaving Liverpool on a free transfer. I don't know if I'm on my own on this, but for me, it just seems like madness. This piece said that according to comments made by a journalist in Turkey, whose name I am absolutely not going to try and pronounce, that Galatasaray could look to take advantage of his situation at Liverpool, and they go as far as to say that talks have already taken place with the player. They also go to point out that Salah has just 1 year remaining on his current Liverpool contract. So, look, I've got to say, and you may hate me for this, but I would much rather take money now for Mohamed Salah than let him leave for free next summer, because at least we could reinvest it then. At least we know what we have to do. And we don't know which Mo is going to show up this season, because he finished last season poorly, but before that he was almost faultless at the Reds. So let's wait and see what happens. But my own preference has always been I'd rather Liverpool bring in money. I do have doubts about Galatasaray's ability to bring Mo there, but let's wait and see. I would say as well, if Galatasaray are really pushing, I would expect Saudi not to be too far behind as well. If they see that Liverpool are even negotiating with Galatasaray, I'm sure that would spring the Saudi Pro League into action, who of course want to bring Mohamed Salah there. Next up is a topic that's really angered me. I've got to say, I wish Liverpool's owners had learned their lesson, but apparently they haven't. Tom Werner, remember all the apologies we got from FSG over the Super League and how they'd learned and how they'd listened to fans and all the other nonsense that they came out with. Well, seems like Tom Werner still has ambitions to do something pretty stupid. And he said, I'm determined that one day we have a Premier League game be played in New York. I even have this sort of crazy idea that there would be a day where we play one game in Tokyo, one game a few hours later in LA, one game in Rio, and then a game a few hours later in Riga, and make it a sort of day where the Premier League is celebrated. That's not all he's had to say, though. He continued on to say, let's figure out a way to offer them very cheap travel accommodation so that if Liverpool's playing Forest, Liverpool fans coming to New York can make this an attractive thing for the fans. Nobody wants it, Tom. Journalists have already spoken about this, not just with Liverpool, but the Premier League in general. The Premier League is based in England. The Premier League is going to play in England, with sort of the exception of Cardiff, of course, if Cardiff are in the Premier League at any point, or Swansea. But other than that, Tom, every game shall remain in England. Fans don't want the Premier League traipsing around the world. Stop being greedy. Listen to the fans. Listen. Put out a questionnaire, ask season ticket holders. Nobody wants to be jaunting around the world with players becoming even more exhausted than they are now, having to go to far-flung places like Saudi Arabia, Rio, or anywhere else. Stop it, Tom, and FSG. Stop being greedy and look after the club that you have, the fans that you have. And yes, we have global fans, but they can always tune in to watch the games, Tom. The club is based in Liverpool. That's where the game should be played. If we're away, again, same thing. Wherever the away stadium is in the Premier League, that's where it shall be played. I'm sick of this. And they just don't learn their lessons. They go on and on and on like they listen, they hear, but always that greed comes to the fore. So maybe it's things like this that mean that Anfield Agenda don't get opportunities or any commercial possibilities with the club. But you know what? I feel like I have a duty to speak up for the Liverpool fans, particularly the ones in my community. And this is just another harebrained scheme that I hope goes away. And I look forward to the next apology, Tom, because you can't keep putting your foot in your mouth and getting away with it, mate. Stop the stupidity. Now, for the very last thing today, the last thing before we finish up this video, I should say, is there's a rumour coming out of Denmark that Liverpool are preparing an important offer. I don't know what an important offer is, but an offer nonetheless for Midtjylland youngster Dario Osorio. I think he's a wide player, but other than that, I'm going to sit here and say I have absolutely very little knowledge of this young man. So let me know. Midtjylland have obviously proven that they can bring through some good players over the years. We've seen a couple make their way to the Premier League and elsewhere in Europe. So let me know. Maybe you're from Denmark. Maybe you've just happened to stumble across this kid. Is he the real deal? Would you like to see Liverpool make a move? I don't really know anything else about him, to be honest. This was just one of those crazy rumours that I've seen today. But, of course, I wanted to bring it to you and ask you for your thoughts on it. So, my friends, that is it from me this afternoon. But as I said, I will be back tonight at 8:30. Tomorrow is my day off. So what you'll get is a clip tomorrow and that Keep Sell Loan Buy video, which I'm just about to record. Look forward to catching up with you guys later on. If I don't see you tonight, then I'll catch up with you on Sunday. Have a wonderful weekend and thank you for watching. Much love. Bye-bye.